There's a new iPhone coming out later this year, and Apple has moved to a new all-time high. It's at $138 a share. That's a record right now. Okay. Oh, dear. The organ music. Here we go, right. Retailer American Eagle. Another round of disappointing earnings. Is that why we put them on?
That's exactly right. Revenue falling short, down 1%. The comp store sales decline for its namesake brand, American Eagle Outfitters. It says in its earnings call it is facing a challenging retail environment. Well, we've been talking about it basically every day. It is very challenging. Those words, those numbers, bringing that stock down.
Yeah, retail ice age. There you go.
Yep.
That's part of it.
It's tough.
Now, President Trump promised, quote, historic tax reform in his address to Congress last night. You better watch this.
It will be a big, big cut. At the same time, we will provide massive tax relief for the middle class. We must create a level playing field for American companies, and our workers have to do it.
You can understand he said it very, very clearly. However, the CEO of JP Morgan, big bank, name is Jamie Dimon, top banker in America, he doesn't think it's going to happen this year. He told an investor conference, best case, if Obamacare comes first, it's going to take 12 months to do tax. Joining us now is a powerful man, the chair of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee on Tax Policy. That is Pete Roskam. What do you think? Jamie Dimon, top banker, he knows people in Washington, and he says not going to get till next year. What say you?
Here's what I say. There's two stages that this is going to happen through, Stuart. The first is the reconciliation bill that is going to carry the Obamacare repeal and replacement. And then the next reconciliation bill will follow that and likely will be the way in which tax reform moves forward. You'll recall, in my view, this tax reform gets done in 2017 or it doesn't get done at all. So I think 2017 is the year. I don't think we're going to be waiting for 12 months for this. I think it happens this year.
Well, sir, I hope we're not waiting 12 months for it, because we've got a rip-roaring stock market rally at the moment. We're up 250 points on the Dow Industrials, and that's because investors believe we'll get the tax cut deal done this year. If you don't get it this year for any reason, that market rally evaporates. You've got a problem there, Congressman.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that there's an incredible inflection point that we're at right now in terms of tax reform, and you can just sense it. You can sense it at home. You can sense it on Capitol Hill. People have recognized that the tax code is too complicated. The tax base of the United States is eroding. Nobody's got a friendly face at the IRS anymore. And so that's all to say we recognize we can't stay here. And so there's an urgency to this. So I think this happens in 2017. I know the Ways and Means Committee, I know the House is working urgently on this. And now look, the president last night was continuing to cajole and press to say we need to move forward on this. He's got willing partners here in the House. The Senate has yet to fully engage on this, in my view, and it'll be interesting to hear their views moving forward. But we've got a blueprint that we're moving ahead.
Congressman, the ball is in your court. You have to get together on this. You've got to get this tax cut deal to go through, because if you don't, I really feel the electorate will take it out on you in next year's midterm elections.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Stuart. I think the initiative happens in the House. It happens constitutionally in the House as well. There's a recognition of that here, which is why we've had this blueprint that's out there. We're getting good feedback on it. 30 minutes ago, I was meeting with two members of Congress, just quietly talking with them, getting their input on it. And so there is an urgency to this that the House recognizes, which is why we're so forward-leaning and so proactive on it.
Am I right in saying, Congressman, that it is the border adjustment tax that is the big sticking point? More than anything else, that's the sticking point. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. I think that as people are coming to learn about it, though, the more you learn about border adjustment, the more you say, hey, that makes sense. I mean, the president made that point last night with the Harley-Davidson example, and he said he wasn't, they weren't asking for a remedy, but he is. And so I think while he didn't specifically say border adjustment, he basically outlined the argument in favor of adjusting at the borders.
But it's
border adjustment.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, but it's a very difficult political sell. If you have a border adjustment tax prices probably go up on imported items, and that's a very difficult thing to sell to Americans.
I don't think that's true. I think currencies are going to adjust, and it's interesting. Some of the opponents of border adjustment, when they first came to see me, they said, we're concerned about that currencies will never adjust. Then they shifted their argument, and they're concerned about the timing of border of currency adjustment. Okay, if it's a timing question, we can deal with timing questions.
Okay, we've got our viewers pounding the table, sir. We want that tax cut, and we want it now. Congressman Pete Roskam, amen to that. Congressman, thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it always.
Thanks, Stuart.
You don't want to miss out.